everyone. How are we this morning? I think I say that nearly every week. Whoops. My name's Alisa Tilsner and I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator here in country South Australia, and we usually get together on a Thursday morning and create a card. Good morning, Lorraine. Sometimes it's just a straight card, sometimes I show a technique, but there's always something crafty going on a Thursday morning. So I'm just getting myself set up on my computer as you all come in. It's the easiest way to check out what's going on, because when I flip my camera I can't actually see your comments. So good morning. Here we go. See, make sure everything's working okay. My little, instead of saving up and getting an iMac like I perhaps should have done, I've bought a little tiny laptop. It's a HP one, and honestly I've had it for only a couple of months, and I think it's playing up on me already, because when I try and watch videos, live stream videos, I get this horrible thing going up on the screen and my comments aren't working properly. So I'm just going to have to bear with it, even if it means that I have to stand up and stamp so I can see the comments, because this is really bad. Good morning, Samantha. Good morning, Sue. Hi, Lois. Good to see you all coming in. As long as I can see your comments, I'm not too fussed about not being able to see me, but as long as I can see the comments, we're usually all pretty good. So I'm just trying to get this happening. It doesn't want to play with me today. Maybe if I scroll down a bit further. See if it comes on. See, you should always, you know, I shouldn't have compromised on getting something cheap and nasty. I should have saved my pennies and got something really good. Good morning, Lyndall. No. Okay, somebody said, Kathy said, Kathy's looking at my, if somebody's on my page, I've just had a comment, hopefully she'll find me, because the reminder that I put up, you know, I always set a reminder the day beforehand to say that I'm coming on. That reminder disappears and you actually have to come to the page and refresh until you see me going live. So unfortunately Kathy's waiting in my reminder note, not refreshing my page. So if anybody's spotting her on there, can somebody just say, you know, refresh the page? I'm going to refresh mine. So we're going to do a technique this morning. Good morning to all those who just joined in. I didn't quite see, I saw Fiona, I saw Vicky come in, but I'm not sure if I saw everybody else come in. So I'm just trying to set my technical issues up all the time. I think that's one thing I'm definitely going to save up for now is, oh, here we go. Now we might be working. It's definitely a better computer, a nicer one. Oh, that with the reminder, Lois, yeah. So it's just like a placeholder. I think if I used a different bit of technology and live streamed from my computer, which you can't do, it would be a little bit different, but it's just the way it goes. But at least it sends out a reminder to everyone that I'm coming on. I think it gives me a 20-minute reminder and then a 10-minute and so on. So good morning, Mary. Excellent. Everything's starting to work very well. Okay, so hi, Laurie. How are you going? So we're going to be doing another technique today, and it's a dry embossing technique. So you know, like the look that you get when you do your embossing folder. So this is the same, gives you the same type of look, but without having an embossing folder. But you will need dies. Okay, so, and also I've just before we get started and I flip the camera around, my giveaway for this week is the party animal embellishments. Now I haven't opened, these are a brand new pack, I haven't opened them, so, but there's little hats in there and there's little balloons and there's something else in there. There's three different designs in there, but I can only see two at the moment. I'm sure that there's a green one floating around in there as well. I'm sure there was three. So there's little balloons, little hats, and I thought there was something else. Maybe not. So to go in the draw to win this, just chat with me. If you game, you can share my video. As long as nothing you know, goes wrong, then I'm happy for you to share it. If something goes wrong, don't share. Okay. And knowing me, generally things go wrong. Okay, although the last couple of times they haven't, I've been pretty pleased about that. So, but generally there's always something. So they are pretty awesome. They've got a little hook on them. So I don't know whether you can see that you can see there's a little hook thing so that you can tie them onto your projects, the little enamel things. So they're pretty cute. Okay, so that's today's giveaway, and I have drawn the giveaway that we had. I think I've put them ready to be mailed already. I just need an address. So Heather Partridge, you have won the bling that we had last week. So, oh, it is only hats and balloons. I thought there was 3. Oh, must be my. Oh, I'm lost. It's just one of these things. Oh yeah, you could make them into jewellery, couldn't you? Just dangling them off there. Okay, so now that's done, let's swing around so that we can start making our card. Okay, excuse my finger while I and see all my mess on my table that I don't clean up. Okay, and whoops, zoom in just a little bit, shift that out the way a little bit. And there we go. Good morning, Nicole, who's joining. Okay, so we're going to be, what I'm going to be using is the large numbers. See now, I know I'm going to end up standing. I'm going to end up standing up, so it might be a little bit awkward, but I don't know why. I don't know. It should just, you know, my kids are having so much trouble with their computers from school as well, and they're all HP ones as well. So, mind you, I won't say that Carl is hacking his computer, but he's having workarounds so that he can get the stuff on there that he wants to have on there, which is a bit naughty for him. Okay, Kathy, if you're listening or anything, try and refresh your page. For some reason on my phone it isn't even up yet. It says it should start shortly. Okay. Oh, that's really strange. That's very strange. But I think if you refresh your page somehow, I don't know how you do that on a phone though. But I'm here. The reminder is sort of just like a placeholder, and it should theoretically disappear from my feed when I start, but I don't think it has. Okay, so what I'm using today is, I can sit down now because things are working for the moment. I'm using the large number framelets to be my faux emboss background. And what I had done was gone, and I'm just, because this is a fairly, well, it's not long, but you don't want to sit and watch me do it all. So I've pre-done some. But what I've done is I've gone and cut out all of them. So, and this is really good because if you've got scraps of card lying around, you can zip through a whole heap of numbers in one go. So for one card I needed 1 all the way through to 0, and then I came back and had 1, 2, 3 again to cover my card base. So so if you line them up on your big shot really well, you only have to pass through, you know, maybe once or twice. So it's not a huge big deal cutting out heaps of them. Now you can use any dies for this. That is a really nice number framelit, and I must get the alphabets too, because although nowadays, you know, remember when we were at school and we used to do heaps of projects that were actually on paper, and you know, you would either draw pictures or your title page on your posters and all that sort of stuff. Well, everything now that, you know, they do nowadays is just all on it's just all on the computer. Like, they'll make a poster, but it'll be on the computer that they can just print out. And it's like, oh, that's really boring. But occasionally they will do an actual paper one. And we wanted to do headings the other day, but the little alphabet dies that I have are a little bit too small. The alphabet, I do believe that the alphabets and the numbers are the same size. Oh, actually, I've got my catalogue here. Let's have a quick squizzy. I'm pretty sure that they are. I'll find them. So there's the numbers. There's the numbers there, and the large letters are here. So, and page 137 is, that's what the alphabet looks like, and that's the actual size in there. So yes, they are all the same They are all the same. So they're really handy for school projects as well, when they, you know, when they're not doing things on the computer all the time. It's a little bit sad. Okay, so, yeah, I'm going to get my card base now, because what we want is our die cuts to be the same. Oh, my chair's all squeaky. Hope you can't hear it. It's a leather chair and I'm moving around on it. I've got to sit still. We need our die cuts to be the same colour as our base. Okay, so we're just going to fold that in half, and my base is my regular 26 by 10.5 is my card base. Sort of gives me a little bit more of a square. I'm only taking a tiny bit off, but it seems to be a bit more. I don't know, I just like this shape a lot better. Okay, now I'm also going to turn my card on the side on a bit of an angle, because I prefer to have, if I'm doing like if I'm stamping things across and filling the background, or I'm sticking things on like I'm going to be doing here, I like to have it in on the diagonal, because if you happen to make a boo-boo in the placement, it doesn't show so much as if you were doing them like in straight lines, and if one was out, then my goodness, it would stick out majorly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the number 2, and I'm just going to glue, just make sure I've got all those little papery fibres off. I'm just going to glue that onto my card. Now, to help me keep everything nice and straight, I'm going to be using my ruler, and that's going to be my line. Okay, so just using my Tombow. You can use whatever glue you like, but just remember, if you're using Tombow, go easy with it, because the last thing you want is lots of, I'm going to use that word again, gushed out glue. We don't want gushed out glue, because it leaves shiny bits. Okay, you can wipe them away, but it does leave out shiny bits. Or you can get, do we still have the adhesive eraser? Because they're really good too if you do happen to get glue everywhere. Then I'm just going to come back with the 1, and I'm going to glue that on. So this is going to be a really quick card actually. So keeping that all nice and straight. See, now I've put way too much glue on my 1, so I'm just going to be careful that I don't actually stick it to the paper underneath. That would be fun, wouldn't it? So I'm going to check this one and realise that I only need glue on that bottom part, so that I'm not putting it everywhere. Just going to check. No, I don't need it extra higher. Okay, so I'm just going to stick that down, and then you will have to use, I find the Tombow glue is probably the easiest. If you've got one of those, I don't even know if they make them anymore. You know those sticker machines where you would roll things through and it would put the sticker thing on the back? You could use them, but I don't think snail would probably be a bit tricky. You could try. Okay, so that's that bit. Now I would come down next with the 4, and again I would make sure that that is all lined up straight, and then I would just move down. I think the 4 sits right down here, and then I would just start gluing all the rest of Xyron. Is that how you spell it? Say it. You could use that. You just got to get some adhesive on the back. Then you would continue 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and so on. So what you get left with next is this. Why is my, oopsie, now my, oops, oh, whoa, sorry, my computer's all stuffing up again. I can never win. Okay, it's given me grief. My window size has all changed on me. Okay, so that's what I'm left with now. Oh, there's little ants in my room. How rude of them to come in here. Okay, I just got to refresh my page. So that's what I'm left with. I'm going to stand up while my page refreshes. Okay, so you can see all the overhanging bits, and you can see where I did get a little bit of sticky glue, and it is still a little bit sticky, so I'm going to have to, and down there, so I'm going to have to get out my adhesive remover and get rid of some of that. And alright, I think we're going again now. Good. Okay, so excuse the trimmer that I bring in because I just find it a little bit easier to handle in the screen. But all we want to do next is just come in and trim off all that excess that we've got going on here. Okay, so get rid of all of that. It's all sticking to my thing because I've got glue on them. I'm going to have to keep that closed to do this one. Now, when you do the spine, which is what I'll do next, be careful that you don't actually cut your card in half. All my bits are sticking. So, and this side. So yeah, so just take care when you do the spine that you don't slice into it and remove and cut the front cover off. And then the final bit is this one. Make sure everything's nice and square. Oop, I think I got it, a bit of the edge there. Okay. Oh yeah, double-sided tape to the whole thing. Oops. When you're cutting it out, I've never done that before. So that is what you are left with, which sort of gives you that look of having, like it's embossed, but not really. I did a pink one of these, and seriously, it has been the most, or almost one of the most popular cards that I did on Pinterest. That was a very popular one. Okay, so I'll just bring that up and show you. So you've got all our numbers going on. So you can use any die that you like. Just make sure that you're doing the same colour for your base as what you are for your dies. Okay, so now I am bringing in a little bit of, I love this, even though it makes my eyes go really weird, and it'll probably make the screen go really weird if I do that. Ooh, look at that. I'm going to use that. Oops, I haven't unpacked my adhesive yet. There we go. Haven't unpacked my bag from Lincoln Learn yesterday. So I'm going to just adhere some of this black, and this is from the Pop of Pink designer series paper. Love that. Okay, and then I'm just going to swing it around and adhere that on. Use my grid paper to make sure it's all nice and lined up. And then I've got a strip of sparkly Bermuda Bay. I seem to be on a Bermuda Bay fix at the moment. I'm just going to actually use a little bit of the Tombow. And I love just, you know, all these tiny little slivers of card that you get. You don't throw, I never throw anything away from my sparkly packs because they're so good for just adding little strips. And sometimes that's all you need, is just a little strip of sparkly going on. Okay, next I have one of the largest circles from the Stitched Framelits. These ones here. Now they are still available, and so don't forget you get the circles, you get the ovals, and you also get the squares that are on the back. So they are still available, but I don't know that they're a standalone on the online store, so you do have to go and I think you have to search for them because they are in there. They're just not showing up in there unless you do a search. So they are still available. Well, they're back, I should say. They've come back. Okay, so what I'm going to do for this one is I've just got a Bermuda Bay ink pad going on here and some sponging to be had. Now I'm just going to bring in a little slip of paper because I've got a nice clean piece of grid paper and I don't want to put ink on it. Is that weird? I know I have to at some stage, but I just want to go lightly, so I'm just going to tap off any excess ink that I've got going on and just lightly sponge onto the center of that. So if I've got a really, really wet ink pad, I will always tap off just to get rid of that excess, because once you've put it on, there's no getting it off again. I think I'm okay with how juicy my ink pad is. Oh, those are called Stitched Shapes Framelits. They are. And the number on them, if you're looking, is 145372. Okay, so if you're searching for them in the store. All right, so I'm just going to pop a wee bit more on. And then that will be enough for me, I think. Okay, now I have a scary thing coming up because very, very shortly I'm going to have one of these in my house. Oh, that means I'm getting old, doesn't it? That's really scary. And believe me, I sort of know that that's in the house too. Their attitude seems to change just a little bit when they hit teenage years. You know, you sort of talk about people with toddlers and you think, oh, they're easy. This is going to be my oldest, so that's why it's a little bit scary having a 16-year-old. Oh, and I am not a young mum. I was in my late 20s when I think I must have been 28 or something when I had Carl, and then it just turned 30 when I had Flynn. So okay, so I'm just putting some dimensionals and I'm just cutting the edges off because they seem to fit a lot nicer. And so I guess I'll have to go down and I'll have to get the driver's license book and do all that sort of stuff as well. He'll be all excited about that. And then of course there's talk of getting a job and all that sort of stuff. So okay, so I'm just going to peel them off and stick them on. So anyway, so this doesn't happen until May, but I am hopeless with giving my own family birthday cards. So I'm going to do this one. And yeah, Kathy, my sister started late too. So she's 30 something. I better not say just in case. But she's got a 2-year-old and I think a 7-year-old. So I think we just all started a little bit later in life than what we used to. Trying to get that off. So anyway, so this doesn't happen until May. All my boys' birthdays are in May. My husband and my two boys, plus there's Mother's Day as well. And I'm just getting in early. I may not give this one to him, but at least there'll be some. I'm sure that there'll be friends of his turning 16 as well. So okay, so there's my 16, and then I'm just going to flip that over and put some more dimensionals on the back. So I might as well use up the rest of this line here. And there we go. We'll be finished. So I may not necessarily use this one for him. I have to see what mood I'm feeling in. Might make something a bit more layery for him, but we'll see. Okay, so then it's just I stick that on. And sponging that Bermuda Bay around the outside, you can't see it too much, it's a bit washed out, but just sponging it around in real life just takes that harshness off having it completely whisper white. But you can stamp, happy birthday and all that sort of stuff in there, but I'm just going to leave mine as that at the moment. Pretty simple. And get my eraser out and rub some of them off. So there's my card. That was really, really simple one. This is the one I had made previously, which seems to get a lot of hits on Pinterest. So that one's the pink and gold. So melon mambo with bits of gold on it. So that one is pretty good because it gives, it's a really awesome, especially when they're lying flat like that. It's sort of, they almost pop off the page as well. So very, very simple and effective. I haven't tried it with other dies. I have to admit I've only ever done the numbers. So I'm going to have to try it with some different dies. Maybe the Lift Me Up or the bees, or the bees. That would be interesting. Put with bees and then have a big flower where I've got my circle. Maybe that would be interesting. So that's my that's our tutorial for this week. So a nice, quick, simple one, not too messy. And you know what? I didn't do any stamping. There's no stamping in that whatsoever. So how's that? That's something different. So I'm just going to bring this back in again and let you know that this one is the Party Animal Embellishments is the giveaway for this week. And it has got hats and, stand up again, hats and balloons in there. And you can tie them onto all sorts of things on your card making or scrapbooking. So that's the giveaway, and I'll draw that next Thursday as well. Oh, and also, guys, I have to say, or I shouldn't say guys, I should say gals. I mean, being International Women's Day and all, women, ladies. Oh my goodness! I thought when I did my colouring in tutorial over the stamped image, I thought that was pretty cool with the amount of viewers I got. But last week's card that I did with this technique here, oh my goodness, I got, and I have to say thank you so much, 6,500 views on the video that I did for that background. And I also have to say that this is the Christmas stamper stack that I'm doing for this month, and that closes tomorrow. So if you want to join in with this Christmas stamper stack, you need to head over to my blog, and I've got a blog post there, and you can just sign up for that over there. So yeah, thank you, Laurie. So yes, excellent. So I was just blown away. But I did make a boo-boo, and I did go and correct, because I thought I had used, and this is why it didn't dry the same, because I used Night of Navy on that one. I thought I used Night of Navy, but I actually used Dapper Denim, so that's why it sort of muted into the colours a bit better. It didn't stick out, so that's what I did. Okay, so I am Andrea. You'll have to go and have a look. Just scroll. Or the other thing, that it was episode 16, but the other thing is that I have a hashtag, Alisa Tilsner Live. So if you pop that into the search bar, or even just click on the hashtag that I've got in the post title, it should take you to all of the live videos that I have done. Alternatively, in the sidebar, on the left-hand side sidebar when you're on your computer, there's a little tab that says videos. If you go in there, you will be able to see all the videos that I have done as well. Okay, awesome. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'm going to go. I want to make some team cards today, and also need to work on my Stamp by Mail cards for this month. And my phone's just ringing. So I am going to go and answer that, and I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. So thanks for joining, and we will see you again next week. Bye.